The combination of ASIO's coercive powers, the broad definition of terrorist offences, the extremely harsh conditions of custody in which terrorist suspects are held, and the running commentary of politicians and the media about the arrest, prosecution and detention of terrorist suspects are all combining to create very difficult conditions for the trials of these people.
The 2005 anti-terror legislation rushed through Parliament to prevent Lottie damaging Australia's electricity supply also broadened the scope of crime by redefining terrorism. Sedition is now a form of terrorism. You are now a terrorist if you promote feelings of ill will or hostility between different groups so as to threaten the peace, order or good government of the Commonwealth. It was exposed in 2005 that secret records of citizens are kept who promote feelings of ill will towards the government. The Courier Mail published a piece entitled "Australian Government Keeping Secret Database of People Who Criticise Policies." The files viewed by the Northern Territory News contain hundreds of names, party affiliations, their jobs or roles, and a record of their comments to Talkback Radio. Among those listed on the database were Catherine Mayor Anne Shepherd, who has been critical of the government's policies in the past, Northern Territory Cattlemen's Association head John Armstrong, who is listed as being affiliated with the Liberal Party, and Ian Smith, Chief Executive of the Northern Territory Seafood Council. All were listed as being critical of the Northern Territory government. Ordinary people who called Talkback Radio to complain were also included in the file. Everyone on this list can now be prosecuted under John Howard's anti-terror legislation and sent to jail for up to 7 years.
They go too far. They allow the government to detain somebody who is not even regarded as a suspect, who is not even regarded as having plotted or thought something bad or evil. If you are detained because ASIO think you know something, not because they think you're guilty, not because they think you've planned anything, just because they think you know something, you're not allowed to make a phone call, you're not allowed to ring up a lawyer, you're not allowed, unless they specifically agree, any sort of representation, you're not allowed outside contact. If a journalist finds that this has happened to you, that ASIO have taken you down for interrogation, that journalist is not allowed to report it. If he does report it or attempts to report it, he's subject to charge and 5 years in jail.
There is an element of fear in the community. How does the government draw the line between personal liberty and the security of people?
If you do believe in the rule of law and in due process, you just believe in it and you believe our system will prevail. We don't adopt the methods, the techniques of tyrants or of terrorists.
Are you saying that this law is the equivalent of a law of a tyrannical society?
It's the sort of law you would find in tyrannical countries, most certainly.
Ministers and the